Steve Klaus. I top 8 at this event. I want to first put something out that returns a dumbass card. Hate that card. I won with it in game 2. You'll see in my feature match that I lost, but it's just the dumbest card. So yeah, I'll just get in the deck profile.
So you're in Dragunity.
I'm running Dragunity Dragons because the deck's it's Teledead. It's literally just like as Dale said, it is literally Teledead. The deck gets so close to just bring out dumb boards that you just can't like break. I'll show you like some combos that most people just don't run. I run obviously 3 Blaster, same as Pat. 3 Tempest, 3 Redox, 3 Ducks, 2 Phalanx, 1 this thing. I decided to cut Redox, Red Eyes, because that card is just trash. Like I literally draw that card and I just don't even want it in my hand. The only time it's ever good is like if I'm in the midst of a combo where I use a Tomb and not a Tomb, sorry, a Tomb, and to banish it and then like go off more. But it's just to win more. I'd rather just not run it. Plus, the worst, like Pat says, and it's true. I've realized in my feature too. I drew game 1 6 dragons and 5 dragons and a magic. And game 3 I drew 6 dragons, so 6 monster cards. So I literally just lose because that's the worst hands. So I just cut a monster, figuring I could run better cards that would help me not lose that matchup. I run the obvious dumb card of the format, aka Baby Dragons, Ravine. 2 Terraforming. I elected to run this card over a 3rd Terraforming because just like Chris, I think it's Chris Hentz, Chris Hentz. He topped 2, I believe it's Chris Hentz. He topped and Josh Graham helped me build this deck and to fine tune it. Yeah, he topped 2, and then I was running 3rd Ravine because the 6th Ravine, I guess you could say, because this card is just good. But I feel like I wanted this card when I was going first, and this card just put in work. It allowed me to like not lose. I would not run more than 1 because this card just says no to emptiness, and I don't want to lose out to just 1 Ravine, 1 card of. I run 3 Patrick Hovens, call them Upstart Goblins. I run 3 Swords, aka 3 Pot of Greeds, because this card's just stupid. Cards, obviously, Phalanx. It was never dead, actually. I was able to use it more than once, and there's some combos that allow you to make it live when like you have another plays and you open bad. The Gold Second Book. This card's dumb. Don't ever cut it. This card is the stupidest 3 of ever. If you draw more than 1, you should just auto-win. This card is something I should talk about. It's Mirror Force. Most people just elected to not care about this card.
We're going to be closing in about 15 minutes.
Alright. And then, I was running Wabakus beforehand, but this card just says the same thing to Wabaku, but instead it's not chainable, and it just blows out their board. And it literally in game 2 of that match, I won because he returned off of my emptiness, and then he attacks, and I mirror forced, and he's like, oh, I guess I just lose. So it punishes bad players, and it does the same thing as Wabaku, and Wabaku was the thought because sometimes when they max C under this, like I have to just end. I can't give him like 13 cards. In my feature match that I didn't even want to play on feature, is that he maxed me every time I did that, and you have to run, as you see in my extra deck, with this guy. So like I just don't get Blader because Blader equals loss. So that's that. I was running Regeki Break before the event, and Josh Graham just like, this card's better because Stardust is the dumbest card ever. And that's why I call this Teledead, because you usually just end with the board with the Stardust on board. The generic dumb card that should be banned. Warning, obviously. The Empty Psych Subscribe River. And this card was probably the best card of the weekend, honestly. Every time I activate this card, when they were attacking with the Blader, I have Stardust on board, and you just protect this card in Stardust, and you just infinitely have a 32 Stardust that they can't get past, and you just win. In top 32, it didn't do us much, but it was able to banish a win for this card. And then I was able to, as Pat says, wombo combo into some dumb stuff. That's the main deck. It's 40 cards. Don't run anymore. If you run 41 with Upstart, you're just terrible. I really wish I ran 2 of this card after the event, and a lot I would change in my side deck. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I would definitely run 2 of this card. I still run 3 of 3 space, and I'll get to this card last because most people probably think I'm dumb. Virus was meh. I probably would never side this card again. It was awful. I didn't ever activate it for anything. It was just sat in my hand. This card is the worst card in Yu-Gi-Oh! I hate this card. You draw it against dragons, you do nothing. You draw it against Dragunities. It literally is just Upstart Goblins, so I might as well just run Upstart Goblins. They threw my deck faster, and it was bad. I hated this card.
I totally agree with that.
I hated the card the whole weekend.
I totally agree with Maxie. I didn't main it this weekend, and it was rightfully so.
Free coin.
Yeah.
This
free
card,
die
yeah.
coin.
So I would these like 5 I'd cut out for sure. I would rather elect to run 3 of this card because I didn't even play Evil Storm, so like I guess that's just not a deck, but there's 2 on top of it, I think. I'd run 3 of this, and this card was so good. Like it would put him more against decks than anything else. So what I would rather do is I would rather have a second Crow, 3 of these, 2 of this, and then this card, which no one else probably run. Some people did. Josh told me it, and we played a lot.
I think it is.
And it's Imperial Iron Wall. In games 2 and 3, I would side out. It depends if I went first. If I went first, I'd keep 2 swords in. I'd side out a sword. And I would side this card out because it banishes. So anything that like banished in my deck, I would side it out, and I would just main this card because against regular dragons, standard dragons, aka Trigon dragons, and if anyone sees Billy, they should tell them let Trigons be Trigons because that's hilarious. And so yeah, 3 of this card I would decide because you put this card on board and and this card, and they just have no outs. They have 0 outs in the mirror. I mean, in standard dragons. They have debris, no, because I negate with Black Rose. They can't banish for anything else. They can't get over Stardust, and it's just infinite, and you just win because of it. So yeah, those are the main changes I would change. 3 of this, 2 of this, and I have no idea what the hell these cards are yet. So I know people will probably ask questions, so I put it out there now. That's the side deck. I'm trying to go fast. 30 minutes?
No.
Oh, okay. 2 Drago Sacks.
Phones are dying.
2 Drago Sacks, obviously. Don't cut it. I would like to have had 1 second one every now and again, but you just can't fit it. That card. A Tomb, Gaia, same as most people run. Most people don't run this, so I'll keep that to last. Most of it's foreign, yeah. Colossal, the card was broken, scrap. Blader, I decided to cut a Blader for this card, and I'll put it out in a minute, because there's a combo that I'll show you that just helps. Vajranas, Gator, this card was just too good. When they maxi you and you have this card, you just set this card, maxi, add the ducks if you don't have Ravine, and then you activate this card, and when they attack over Blader, it stops Blader, next turn I add another ducks, and I just keep my combos going. Stardust, because it's infinite. It's infinite, yeah. This card because Blader's a card, and I don't want to lose out to Maxi and Blader. And it helped a little bit the feature Game 2. Game 1 it was not so bad. Game 1 I drew so atrocious. And Game 3 I drew tons of monsters. The last card is this card. It's M7. I decided to run it because there's some plays like your opponent just starts and you have like this and this, and you have to make a Gator or not a Gator, another Vajrana, and bring this card out. And there's sometimes where like if you have especially if you have Iron Wall, it's a really good combo because you just keep bouncing their board, or this card, because you can go into this, attach this, and then add this target as long as you have the target back, like Zombie Master. Do this, bring this back, and then just end with Stardust this, or like Scrap or Colossal. And usually if you have back row, this is the better play because you just have infinite protection, and then next turn you can like bounce monster, bounce card, and then go off next turn with Ravine. I don't know. It was really good. And the other cool play that I liked about it is when I have a dead consonance, what I was talking about earlier. You make this card in the middle of the combo, and you detach, add the Phalanx from your graveyard, cards it away, and then you're up and you're further in the game, so you can like continue to combo off or get more dragons or E-dragons on the board. Yeah, so that's my list. That's pretty much the best explanation I can give you guys.
Your weekend?
Yeah, I'll say it again. Return's dumb. That card is just stupid. I literally I'll explain it before the feature. Game 2, I return, and I actually before siding, I offered him to side out return. So he didn't, and I just hate that card. The other thing that I will say is that hopefully Sixth Sense doesn't become a dumb card. I don't know what else to say.
It's a common.
Really, I wouldn't change much other than the side deck. The main deck was really good, really solid. Thanks to Josh Graham, Chris Hentz, and a bunch of my other friends and teammates. So yeah, that's it. And if you guys have any questions, leave Cordero and them a message, and I'll try to answer in other videos.
Klaus.